Okay guys, just starting out a little fun fact for y'all. SpaceX is actually trying to make our lives multi-planetary. For those of y'all who don't know what that is, it's actually making like communities on planets and going back and forth between the planets. And so I thought that was really awesome. And so, do y'all know what that means then? It means we're going to Mars, so pack your bags, guys. But you don't have to wait because we're going to get to that in a minute. So, we are gathered here, my name is Jasmine Cervantes, and this is my partner, Edward Gilbert, and we are the head of the marketing department of a company called SpaceX. And we're gathered here today to understand what SpaceX is exactly and what they do, to have y'all understand their future growth and outlook, as well as their finances and growth. So let's get this started. So what is SpaceX? I've been saying SpaceX. SpaceX actually designs, manufactures, and launches advanced rockets and spacecraft. A few of their rockets are the Falcon Heavy, the Falcon 9, and their spacecraft is the Dragon. And I'll tell you a little more about these in a minute. But they were founded by Elon Musk in 2002, and he's also the CEO of Tesla Motors, and he also co-founded PayPal, so he knows what he's doing. Okay, so the Falcon Heavy, according to Fox News, it is the world's most powerful rocket. It was actually designed to take people to the moon as well as Mars, and it will be launched in 2015, at least that's what they're aiming for, so it's still a work in progress. The next rocket is the Falcon 9. It was designed to take spacecrafts as well as satellites into orbit, and it also launched the Dragon space shuttle. It actually was the first rocket made in the 21st century, so I thought that was pretty cool. And onto the Dragon. This is actually the inside of the Dragon. This is the Dragon itself. It is their only space shuttle, and it was designed to take cargo and people into orbiting destinations, so wherever y'all's little hearts desires to go. It was actually the first commercial spacecraft to successfully take cargo up to the space station and get back to Earth in one piece and safely land in the Pacific. So I thought that was pretty awesome as well. But before I get too caught up in the Dragon, I'll give the floor to my partner Edward to talk about the finances and growth, as well as the future outlook of SpaceX.
Thank you. So I'm here to talk to you about growth, and growth really defines SpaceX, just because they've grown so rapidly and they've done so much in such a little amount of time. And they also have a lot of firsts to their name. So they were founded in June 2002, and their first rocket launched in September 2008, and that was actually the first privately developed liquid fuel rocket to go into Earth orbit, which is pretty impressive, especially that it's liquid fuel. I think other people have done it with solid fuel, but liquid fuel is much more dangerous and a lot harder to work with than solid fuel. And then in July 2009, they were the first privately developed rocket to deliver a commercial satellite, which was pretty big. And that's only a year after they got into low Earth orbit. So a year later, they were already delivering satellites. And then a year after that, they were the first privately developed craft to re-enter from low Earth orbit. So they actually successfully went to space, and then came back and nobody died. So that was cool. And then 2 years later, they were the first private spacecraft to go to the space station, which was a really big deal. Mainly because NASA, we don't have the space shuttle anymore, so it's difficult to get things to the space station, so we have to go through Russia, and nobody really likes Russia, so this is a really good alternative to Russia. All right, so they're the world's fastest growing launch services provider. They have 3 types of spacecraft, 2 they've already developed, and then the Falcon Heavy, which is still under development. And they've already completed 17 missions. So the future, they have 50, actually I think they have 44 missions on their manifest. So they have 44 planned missions, and all of those contracts are worth close to $5 billion. It's actually a profitable and cash flow positive company, which is really surprising because most of these things are huge money sinks. And the Falcon Heavy is currently in development and will be the world's most powerful rocket. And let's see, it carries twice as much as the next most powerful rocket for a third the price. And recent developments, a few days ago actually, like the 16th, they won a contract with NASA to actually start building the new space shuttle to get NASA astronauts to the ISS. And so they're going to fly at least 12 cargo missions, and then after that they're going to start actually flying real human beings to the space station, which will be cool. And I'm going to hand it back over to Jasmine. Maybe I won't. There we go.
So in conclusion, just a little recap. We talked about what SpaceX is and what they do. They make and launch rockets and spacecraft. Sorry. We also talked about the growth and financials of SpaceX. They, like them being the world's fastest service launch provider. Sorry. And lastly, their future. Of course, going to Mars. I'm so excited to go to Mars, guys. And also the contract with NASA as well. And that just happened, like I said, the other day. So that's really awesome. So see you in space, guys. Thank you very much.
All right, questions?
Any questions?